Hello and welcome to today's full body tower workout. I'm using the Tower of Power from Balanced Body with the Allegro to Reformer. Now, if you guys don't have this exact piece of equipment, don't worry about it, but please notice and take notes of where I'm placing the spring setting on the tower component itself according to your body and your height and your level. I'll be going through which spring, what kind of setting per exercise. We're also using the box for quite a few movements today, so make sure that you have your box available as well. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's talk about our setup. We have the short yellow springs at the top vertical eyelet. On your tower at home, if you don't have the Allegro 2 Tower Power, just bring it approximately near the top. If you want something a little bit easier for this series, please draw the spring tension down at least one eyelet. Okay, I've got the loops attached, and I'll be adding the long box from here. Notice where I place the box. It's just past the seam in the mat. Now this works for my level. If you want something a little more challenging, you'll be going this direction towards your foot bar, okay? But this is where I'm going to begin for today's class. From here, 4-point position to begin. I've got my knees in my hands, and I'm going to take myself just through a couple of spine movements as I breathe out. It's a cat position. As I draw inhaling, I'm opening into my cow. Pull the shoulders down. Exhale again. Inhale through. Exhale, pull under. Inhaling through. And exhale. And draw all the way through your cow. Very nice. Come back to neutral spine. Now, yes, I'm on this long box surface, which is quite narrow, but I want to pull my abdominals away from the box. I'm taking my right leg back first, and I just want to feel my leg in space. Pull my abdominals up and in, draw my left arm forward, and just holding my limbs and engaging through my core. Again, I'm warming up through my center, drawing some heat in, releasing my limbs back to the box. Go for the opposite side. Start with your left leg. Pull the rib cage in. Extend your right arm. Hold your position. Draw the limbs back down. Go for the other side. We're really just trying to feel connection to our spine, connection to our abdominals before we start today's class. And back. If we just power through these movements without really identifying where we are in space, we're going to miss a lot. Come back and in. One more each side, extending limbs, pull the abs up and in. Let's go for the other side. Hold what you got and then draw all the way back and in. Very nice. Now what I need to do is grab my springs. So I'm going to take a step off to the side. Grab both of my springs in my hands. And then from here, I'm coming prone on my box to start. So laying here on my torso. My bra line is just off the end. I've got my hands in each of my handles here. And what I want to think about first is pushing my pelvis very gently into the box. Establish long legs. Reach the toes to the other side of the room. Your head is connected with your spine. My palms are down. As I draw on my inhale, I lift my spine. I draw my arms down. I come into this little baby swan. And I gently come back and forward with my trunk. Arms will rise. Breathing in to lift up. Feel the rise from the abdominals and exhale. Make it even through the arms today. And back. And lift. Notice your glutes are squeezing. Notice your triceps are working. And the intention of your arms is pushing down towards the floor right here. Lengthening back. Keep going. And back. For 3 more. For 2 more. Warming up everything. Full body. We have 1 more right here. Push the arms down. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the spine, and gently return to your start. Take a moment, deep breath in, full breath out. Now something quite similar. As you push down through the arms, we're going to be lifting the spine and then bending and extending through the triceps. So when we lift up, we're right here. I'm going to bend the elbows into my torso, extend the arms long, lengthen my body forward, the arms will rise. Do that again. Push down to come up and bend in, extend and lower. Keep going. Take advantage of your body off the mat surface right here. So you're really getting that full back extension. 2 more. We push, pull, extend, lengthen. We have 1 more. Extend and lengthen. Take a moment right here. Relax your shoulders. Deep breath in. And full exhale. Good. From this position, we're going to do a little bit of a swimming movement. So as I pull my right one in, I create this rowing motion, and I pull the other one in, I row. I'm adding a little bit of rotation as I do so. And as I'm pulling the arm towards my body, it's a very fluid movement through the arm, through the scapula. So it's almost like you're doing a freestyle. You're squeezing your glutes, you're reaching the opposite arm, and you're getting a little bit of that trunk rotation, opening one side, opening other side. Feels so good on the upper back. Engaging. Just like a freestyle, real similar. We're pushing into resistance, squeezing the glutes. Last 2. 1. Ooh, beautiful job. Lovely. Let's go ahead and just push back for a rest position briefly on the box. Releasing tension in the low back. Okay, let's talk about our straps. So I want to dismount briefly. First, I'm going to grab my right loop, take that loop back to the box with me into my right hand. Now, how we started class today, we did a couple of the opposite limb reaches. I want you to stack your knees under your hips to begin. Pull the abdominals up and in. Then with this arm that's connected to my right spring, I'm just going to take my leg on my left and push like that. So static position with my leg, arm alone pushes down my right, squeeze tricep, engage your core, stay stabilized. 2, turn it to rock forward. 3, keeping that neutral spine as much as we can today. Here's 4, reach that heel back. Number 5. Now take a moment, lower your back foot. So I'm touching my mat surface. As I kick my leg up, I'm pushing my arm back. So I go at the same time, push, and I lower. Squeeze your glute muscle. Exhale 2, keep your elbow long on your left. 3, 2 more times. 4, lots of stabilizing. And last one. Great job. Take a moment, gently draw the knees under your body, and then release that strap. Gently come across to grab the left side. And here we go for the other side. So stacking again, I've got to make sure that I've got my knees under my hips, and I'm pushing my right leg this time behind me. Pull the abdominals in. Here we go, left arm, push. 1, squeeze that tricep group. 2, and just maintaining your spine today. 3, nothing else moves. 4, stay really strong with your shape. And number 5, we bring the arm forward, the foot comes down. Now, as this leg lifts, I push the same arm back. So here we go. Push and lower. 2, lower, 3, lower, 4, lower. Engage your core right here in your glute, number 5. Great job. Go ahead and replace that spring. And then take a moment here, again, just to come into a brief rest position. Deep breath. Gently come up. We're going to be grabbing both of our straps this time and into a tall kneeling here on the box. So with this setup, should feel fine for your amount of tension. Again, if you want more tension, bring your body backwards just slightly on the box. Palms face the sky. What I want to do is take my arms into this bicep curl right here. Notice where my body is, slightly leaning back. I'm lowering down onto my heels and I'm lifting up with my hips. So as I do this, I'm not only feeling bicep, but there's a lot of quad going on. And if you feel slippery on your box, you can add a non-stick just on top or hook your feet on the box like I am. Down to push and down to push. For 4, keep the drive of the arms towards your temples. The hips are forward. For 2, 1 more. Woo, very nice. Take a moment here, roll your shoulders a few times. Deepen your breath and a full exhale. Bring the knees forward from this tall kneeling position. Both arms are very long, and I want you to feel like you are supported by your springs. So when you push the arms back, lots of support right here. Draw a tiny circle on the ground and forward. Push, keeping everything connected. And 4, and 5. Very nice. Go the other way. We have 5. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very good. Let's draw our body back. Now I've got my feet again hooked on the outside of the box. I'm taking my arms into that same 90 degrees. Hips are forward. I'm coming down onto my heels and lifting up. 1. Keep the drive of the arms. 2. Drive of the hips. 3. And 4. Keep that tension. Number 5. Very nice. Draw that forward. Scoot your knees. 5 circles each direction. Here we go. 1. And 2. And 3. Here's 4. Last one in that direction is 5. Rewind. We have 5 and 4. Keep the tuck of your tail. And 2. Last one. Woo! Very good. Release your straps carefully back to your tower. Dismount the box. In fact, we're taking the box off to the side. And we're going to talk about our setup for our bottom loaded spring tension. So that involves using our safety strap. So what you want to make sure that you have is that you have your push-through bar locked. And this is how you do it. You go from the underside, under the bar, so that it picks itself up facing this direction. Now, I prefer the second or third eyelet of my safety strap, okay? Depending on how much room I need underneath my body. And once this is locked and loaded and very secure, we can begin to add our springs. For me, it's 1 red and 1 blue. So I take those from my storage behind. Bottom eyelet, then push through bar. Okay, so now that I've got my bottom loaded spring tension, I'm going to climb under here, push this bar up and set up for a little bit of bottom loaded footwork. Best way to do that is bring your body under, shimmy your body up, get your head in line with your tower bar, and everyone's a little bit different. So remember, this is a lot of hamstring stretching while you're in the exercise. If you are too tight for this series, you can skip it altogether. But let's go ahead and begin pushing the bar up, draw the feet on the bar, and I've got my heels to begin. So I've got a beautiful view of my ankles. I'm pulling my toes towards my face right here, and I'm really feeling a good stretch across the back of my legs. From that position, I inhale to bend in. I exhale to push up. Inhale, exhale. Do your best to keep your tail connected to that mat surface. And notice the stretch in your lower back. And push. And push. We have 4 more. Pressing up. And 3. And 2. Last one. And we hold it. Now from here, I transfer to my toe box. And I'm looking at my toes. I want the center toe to really make good contact with that bar. And I'm gonna do my calf raises first. I bring the bar close towards me and I push, and I bring it in and I push. So make the movement all from the ankle. Keep the knees long but soft. Feel that beautiful stretch behind the legs. Here's 6. This is a brief series, but man, it feels good. It's so unique. If you guys own a tower, it's really wonderful to feel this gorgeous stretch as you're working through your legs. Last one. Now I'm going to hold my heels high and then just softly, softly let the heels travel away from you so they're not a complete high heel. You're not locked in here. Now we bend from the knees. We maintain the ankle position. Bend the knees into your chest. Push through your toe boxes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep your knees parallel. Notice the muscles around your ankles are working to keep your alignment. And 5. Inhale in. 6. Keep your neutral pelvis. 7. Here is 8. Last 2. Last 1. Very nice. The last part of this series for today is just super gluing the heels together, keep the toes apart. I'm in a bit of a frog turnout. Squeeze the ankles, keep the higher heel position, bend in with your knees towards your chest. Exhale, push away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push. And 4, keep going. Exhale, 5. Squeezing at the inner thigh. 7. Exhale, 8. Exhale, 9. Your last one, push all the way away from you. Now, what I want to do is carefully bend my knees. I'm going to grab the bar with my hands and then gently draw the bar towards me. I'm adding in a bit of stretch called the tower stretch. Please remove the blue spring. So you only have 1 red. From here, I've got to change my placement. I'm going to bring my body down quite a bit so that my arms are much longer. Now, everyone's very different with this setup. It might be too much stretch on your low back. In fact, too much loading and flexion. Please be mindful of that. If you guys have low back issues, you can again skip this altogether. Push the bar away. Toe boxes are on. I've got my hands connected to my tower. Energy through my arms, and then I start with a flex of the feet, a point of the feet, a roll of the spine, hold it, bend the knees, push, and then gently roll your spine down. Once your tail hits, gently flex, point, and then repeat that. Push, bend, extend, roll, flex, point, roll up, bend it, push, roll down, Take your time. 3 more. Last one. And pause. To come in, gently bend the knees, hold on to that bar with your hands, remove the legs, and very gently push your body out from under. Come on up to the side. Let's go ahead and take this setup down. We'll move on to the next group of exercises. Remove your spring setting first. Go ahead and take off your safety strap. Re-Velcro at the top. Secure that, and then place your strap away behind. Okay. From here, let's go ahead and set up for the next group of exercises. Let's take a look at our setup. I have the short yellow springs from previously at the top eyelet on the vertical bar. I'm taking off my loops. I'm adding my roll-up bar. Next up, we'll be adding the box here in a short style. And I'm just past the seam of my mat right here, about a hand width. That works for me in my level. If you want more tension from your spring, scoot your box away from the tower. From this position, I'm grabbing the bar in the middle and I'm coming into a side over type of position on the box. My bottom leg is long. This leg is bent. Here I go. I'm reaching my arm and I'm coming this direction. So reach long first, lift up that side of your body, look for the length. And again, 2. And lift. And 3. So look for the length on both arms right here towards the tower and the opposing arm. Here's 4. And 5. Now, the tricky part, we're going to be coming into a hover. So right here, I've got my arm long. I'm bringing my leg up. If I can hold, what I'm going to do is take my arm forward, take my leg back, reach, and then opposite direction, slice the air. So as I move my limbs in space that are free, I'm really supporting myself with my oblique. And if you are slipping on the box at all, use a non-stick slip, okay? Just under your hip here. And maintaining your position. One more time is 5. Woo! Now we come back to center. I'm just gonna hover and hold. Lower my leg, lift. 2, lift. 3, up. 4. And 5. Very nice. Gently come up. We'll do that on the other side. Hand in the middle. Here we go. We've got my leg folded. And then right here, it's a reach first and a reach up. Look for the length in both arms. Here's 2. And lift. And 3. And up. 4. Reach right here. One more time. And 5. Reaching. Let's come back to hover and hold. Lift the leg up. Now remember, as the arm goes forward, the legs go the other way. So I go this direction and back. And 2, and I stabilize my body. Keep that leg elevated. 3, 4, and 5. And I pause, come back at center, hold it. Now lower and lift. 1 and 2, keep your head with your spine. 3, stabilize your oblique. And 4 Last one is 5. Beautiful job. Gently lower the leg. We're turning to face now the tower. Holding on to your roll-up bar right here. We're just gonna practice a little bit of the rear delt upper back squeezing and rows. Yes, it's a seated position, but focus on what's happening in the upper back. We have nice straight wrists. The elbows pull back, and I draw the bar as close as I can towards my sternum, and I hold that position. 1, 2, lengthen. Do that again. To lengthen. 3, exhaling. 4. You know, a lot of you guys have invested in a tower, and it's an incredible investment because look at all the angles of exercises you can create with just a little bit of that add-on near the end of the reformer. Such a great investment. Last 3. Feel the upper back for 2. And last 1. Amazing. Take a moment right here. You can keep the box as is. I'm just wiggling my tail slightly forward from that position. Feet are slightly forward as well. Now from here, I'm coming into a bit of a C curve, just rounding in to feel that, and then rolling up to lengthen the spine. Just a couple seated rollbacks feel so good for all the shapes that we're making today. And 3, rolling up. And 4, rolling up. Last one like that. Just a little roll back. Feels so good in between all those exercises. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and let go of that particular spring setup. And then we're gonna come on off to the side and get ready for the next round of exercises. First, push your box near the top. Again, if you need to move this later on, you can do that, but we're coming back to our loops. Same setup with your springs at the very top. Now, this is one of my favorite series because it really does teach us how to engage the lower abdominal wall. And there's a lot of just tucking the pelvis and feeling that in this series here. So what I want to do is make sure that I can grab one strap, bring it over my leg comfortably and safely. You can hold on to the tower while you do this if that's easier for your balance. Just thread it in. So now it's just over the knee. What I want to do is draw my body to my mat and then find my box placed centered here in front of me. I'm drawing my arms to this forearm plank type of position. First thing I want to do here is engage in my upper body. I push into the box, I engage, and I tuck my pelvis. My toes are folded forward. I lift my knees as I breathe out, and I lower my knees. So it's about 4 or 5 inches, nothing crazy. I want you to feel the abdominals pull in. And here's 4. Inhale back. You're doing great. Exhale 5. Keep going. Exhale 6. Exhale 7. Keep going. Push through the box. 8. Last 2. One more time. Very nice. We're going to pause right here. Take a moment. Deep breath in through the nose. And now as I hover and I hold, what I want to do is just really think about, can I reach my left arm? Transfer my weight, back down. Right arm reaches, back down. Left arm. Good. Right arm. Keep going. Left arm, stabilize. Right arm. Knees are hovering. Lift, reach, lift, reach. 2 more. Back down. Ooh, a little bit of a burner right here. Last one. And as you come down, we're going to pause. Lower the knees. Take a moment right here. Sink your hips back to release your hip flexors. Quadriceps. Good. Excellent. From that position, draw your arms, press firmly into the box right here. You've got that elbow and shoulder stacked. My toes are still pulled under my body. I'm taking one leg back, knee comes in, other leg back, knee comes in. So emphasize the exhale as you draw your knee towards your body. Inhale back, exhale. inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keep your tempo, you guys, with your breathing. I know it's a funky feeling with that strap around the knee, or the thigh rather, but every time you pull the tension in, you're using the lower abdominals to do that. Good, we have 4 more. Keep the hips low, try not to lift them too high. For 3, breathing. For 2, woo. Use your upper body just to stabilize. 1, and last 1. Now you can pause right here. You can lower the knees down. Take a moment. In fact, turn the palms flat on the box. Keep the toes pushed under, and then take a little bit of an elevated downward facing dog. Push the hips to the sky. Feel the hamstrings from earlier. And then lower your knees. Good. Take a moment right here. Draw your elbows back underneath your shoulder. Now, what I want to think about here is, can I pull my knee across my body under? So if I'm here and I'm really getting low in my hip position, taking my right knee across, squeezing, back to my start. Left knee across to squeeze, back to my start. Nothing else changes in my trunk. It's small. Pull the knee under and across. Under and across. Can you stabilize in your abdominals as you do that? Think of the oblique squeezing across your body right here. Squeezing across as you draw that leg. Trying to get that elbow and that knee to touch. And you've got all that resistance from your spring tension. Last 2 each side. 1 more each side. Come on back. Lower carefully. And then just go ahead and push your body back off the box. And to take these off, you can go ahead and hold on to your tower. Gently take 1 off at a time. And then come on off to the side. Let's take our box off. And now what we're going to do is use the same springs and the same handles that we have and bringing it to this eyelet. So it's not quite the lowest eyelet, it's just 1 more up on my Allegro 2. And I'm into a standing series. So I want to grab each of my straps in each hand. And then from here, I'm coming into this lunge type of position. Split stance, bent knee in the front, long leg in the back. I want to push my arms in line with my temples. So I'm pressing from here up, I'm coming back and down. Now I want to stabilize. I'm going from a low point of my pulling attachment of my tower versus my chest level. Now what that does, it changes a little bit. Your line of pull does matter. When you're pushing the resistance forward right here, I'm getting a little bit more in my front deltoid versus strictly in my pecs at the front. Last 5. Stabilize for 4. For 3. And 2. Last 1 right here. Very nice. Now that's with my left leg forward, gently stepping back, exchanging my other leg, rolling my shoulders. And this makes a difference, right? Sometimes we have one side of our body, it's more dominant, easier to stabilize. Now we're exposing the other side. Here I go into my lunge, split stance, press, and back. 2. So those springs, you want to move them with control. You don't want to bounce with your spring tension, especially on the tower work. You want to move smoothly. 4 more. We push. For 3. For 2. Last 1. Beautiful job. Now all I'm going to do is turn around. The same spring setting applies right here. I'm just drawing my body back a little bit more into this bit of a squat stance. So from this position, my hands can be interlaced in front. I'm using my tension as an assisted version of a squat. And yes, it's low tension. So right here, it's not very helpful at the very bottom of my squat, but I push and I get more help at the top. Lower down 2, and I push, lower down 3, push, lower down 4, push, lower down 5. Almost there, you guys. Just getting a little extra through the legs today. 6, into the heels. Keep the tension on the arms. Here's 8. Last 2. One more time. Woo! Beautiful work. Draw these back where they live. And we're going to be changing our spring tension, removing the loops, and getting into a little bit more work for the side of our hips. So let's go ahead and draw our purple springs. I'm just going to go on one eyelid above what I was just at. So it's just below my push-through bar on my Allegro 2, Tower of Power. And here I go for my tension right here. Okay, so that's all set up. We'll go ahead and come into a side lying series next. Bring your strap on your right with you. Now notice where I'm laying down on my tower surface. I'm near the top third. If you want a headrest at this point, that's completely okay. Bring this strap on your foot, and then what you can do is support your head. That also works here with your hand. Notice where my bottom leg is at. It's at 9 degrees right here under my body. I can use my other hand to hold my tower. And if some of you guys are scooching a little bit on your tower itself, you can add a little non-slip pad again underneath your hip. So push the spring down and then gently back in. So notice I'm at this nice 9-degree bend in my knee. I'm pushing in line with my tower mat. Okay, so I'm not going behind my body. I'm still in front of my body, just stacked over my bottom leg. Keep going. 6 and 7. Use your big glute muscle back here to push that spring. 8 and 9. Your last one. We're going to push now into some really big circles, but maintain your tension on your spring. Don't let go of that tension. Draw right about here, then lift it up, and then push down like you're drawing a big letter D. 2, you can always hold the bed to stabilize you. 3, do your best to keep that tension today. 4 and 5, you're almost there. Keep going. 6, I know these purple springs are heavier than the yellows, but that's okay. And 8, are working really deep today in the whole body. Here's 9. Last big circle in that direction is 10. Now rewind it, push it back. 1, lift with control, down. 2, up. 3, up. 4, up. Keep breathing, you guys. 5, 6, you're almost there. 7, here's 8, 9, last one like that. Beautiful work. Let's go ahead and gently bend the knee in, removing our spring here. You can go ahead and turn to the other side. Same kind of thing, stacking your body, making sure your foot is in the strap. Supporting your head, bent bottom leg. Here I go, pushing straight and bent. 2, exhale, 3, 4, keep going. 5, 6, Go straight down. 7, notice that control from your spring. 8, versus the spring bossing you around, and hold it. Good. Now into your circles. Come forward, up, keep your tension, push. Forward 2, forward 3. Good. Keep going. Keep that connection. Push. Remember the obliques from earlier. We're using them here to stabilize that spine. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to rewind it. Push, lift, forward. 2, 3. You got this. Exhale, 4. Lots of effort. 5 and 6. Keep going. Keep your tension. 7, 8. Last 2. Last 1. Woohoo! All right. Gently remove your spring tension. Come on up to the side. And let's just check in for a moment. We'll do a little cat-cow. See how our body is feeling after all those shapes we made today. In fact, pretty challenging. Exhale to round, inhaling through. Exhaling 2, inhaling through. Exhaling 3, inhaling through. Last 2. And your last 1. Beautiful job. Take a rest position, lengthen your arms. Big breath in through the nose. And a full exhale. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Tower of Power workout using the Allegro 2 from Balanced Body. If you guys have questions about the exercises we did today, the placement of the springs or the box, go ahead and drop those in the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it does help me grow and create free content for all of you, so please do that if you haven't. If you're someone who is trying to upgrade their current reformer or tower, or they have a new Pilates studio that they need equipment for from Balanced Body, make sure to check out my discount code I have with them below in the description. It's my full name with phone orders only. All right, you guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.